Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. We are going to be looking here at the Euro USD on the weekly, daily, and 4-hour using the Apazone's trend follow technique. We also have the Elite software here giving us an idea of trend and what's going on here. So as we look at the euro dollar, we have been in the range for a long period of time, like almost 2 years. Like it's been crazy, you know. And well, maybe not quite that long, but it's been a while. All right, and last week, if we refer back to the YouTube video, you will see that we were looking to go to the long side, okay? But it was still very much rangy, all right? So we realize that we're in the middle of a range, and as we come into the daily perspective, I think that's what's particularly interesting to me about this forecast here today is well, we're still in the range. There's no question about it. Last week we were looking for it to bounce and push to the upside here, and again I feel like this week we actually see kind of that completion happening here a little bit. You know, like it does look like we're retesting the highs over the past few days, and actually I should say over today to be really specific. We have been pushing into these previous highs over here, and I'm really looking for these levels to break, okay, to the upside, and I would really like to see the uptrend continue on. So as we move down into the 4-hour perspective here, I want to draw your attention just to the levels that we have at hand, okay? And the levels that we have at hand here on the smaller time frame is the level from 113 up to 113.66, I should say 113.39 to 113.66. All right, that's the level that we're going to be watching. Looks like we've done a couple nice little bounces to the upside here, and you can see if we turn on all the levels, you can see the nice little bounce that we got here on the 4-hour chart as we were pointing out last week, and it looks like we are just continuing to retest these highs. Now overall I still feel that we are very range bound, but we do have that upward slant onto things, so I'm really looking for that to continue on here. I'm looking for us to get this beautiful money bounce and to push even higher and to break this level up here. That's what I'm looking to have happen if we are truly in a upwards type of market, which I think we are. It's ranging, but we're still retesting the high, so let's see how high we can go. Moving over to the pound New Zealand. Let's look at what we have here on the pound New Zealand. On the daily time frame, if you can read this really small text here, it says down and trending, okay? So that's what we're looking at. We were seeing that price could move into the daily and the weekly levels above us. So let's go ahead and see what that actually looks like here today. Moving over to the weekly chart, you can see that we have had a move from what it seems to be a high area, this supply level, and we're looking like we're retesting a brand new demand level just below us, okay? So looks like we're giving a real good retest of the lows down here. And as we pull into the context chart, let's go ahead and get some perspective here as to what has happened. So it stopped short just barely of that weekly zone there. All right, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here's the weekly level. Here's the daily level that we were looking at. And while we're still down and trending overall, we did not come into the weekly level like we had hoped. While we are down, the pullback has not been as big as I would have hoped it would be on this one before we're retesting the low. Okay, so I think this is kind of interesting just based upon we did get a nice little retracement over into this area, and then we retested a low, but we didn't break to a new low, it looks like here, you know, like, or if we did, it may have been by just one tick, you know. So Now I feel like we're starting to experience new market conditions in a way. All right, so we're going to see how strong this daily demand level is down here at 1789 down to 1769. Okay, my overall direction is to the downside, but we did not pop up to the long side like we had hoped. It stopped short just a little bit. So looks like the institutions protected their levels and really pushed it down before we could get into a nice little retracement zone to where I would have liked to have taken the trade. Okay. Now over here on the 4-hour time frame, we're going to be looking at levels that we could take this week. All right. So as we're looking at these levels, I'm seeing the 1822 level up here as being important. You can see how many times prices bounce off of this zone down below us here. Okay. And it's down there at 1788 down to 1769. Okay, so this is a brown level. These are the levels that I have on the chart right now. All right, and this chart isn't going back that far, so I think it would probably be good to reload and see what it looks like with a little bit more data on the chart. So let's do that. And as we push it back to 90 days, same type of deal. Things really didn't change that much. We are looking at price retesting the daily level, and inside that daily level you can see we have the 4-hour zone. So below us, as far as zones go, I see this little level that we've drawn down here, and this must be from one of the bigger time frames is what I'm guessing, but I'm not seeing it right now. So I'm still looking to the short side and still thinking that we have some room to go. Even though we are touching the 4-hour level, I think that the downtrend is still intact. However, we need to be aware that market conditions could be changing. I would like to see a little bit deeper retracement into this level, but I'm really starting to feel if this level holds at all, I'm going to say range. Okay, like if we get a pop above this 1834 level up there, then I'm going to say range. Watch out for the range type of deal, you know. But if it just continues to go back and forth in between these two levels, then it could also be ranging in between these two levels as well. All right, so I'm looking for the trend to continue to the downside, but if it doesn't, then I'm anticipating more of a range type of play. Okay, so it does seem to have found some support here. We're bouncing a little bit to the upside, so we will continue to look at that. So, but I'm looking at that 1825 level, or excuse me, 1822 level to be of particular interest, and we will continue to watch that throughout the rest of next week.